fellow felines. This is KittyCatPWYarn here, and welcome to another speed build. Happy Saturday, potentially. I think that's when this is going up. But yeah, happy whatever day it is, and I am here with a modern build for you. And I know modern isn't really typically my style, but I was trying to go for like a tiny house, because I watch Miss Griffey, and she does so many tiny houses, so I wanted to try my hand at one, and I've never been able to really do one well enough, in my opinion. I feel like whenever I try to do one, they always end up, like, too big, and even this one, I don't really think it's a tiny home. I say it's more compact. I know there's not much of a difference there, but I feel that's the situation happening, is that this one's compact, not tiny, because I feel like tiny homes, like, you don't really have a real living space with those. In this one you do, for the most part. But yeah, this one's really cute. I originally made it for, like, I originally imagined, like, an artist living here, but I ended up changing, I mean, I didn't even intentionally change it, actually. I just kind of didn't put, like, any artistic stuff in. I did end up putting some planter pots and a flower arranging table on the deck, so those are there. And then inside there is, what even is there on the inside? There's a computer and a few bookcases, and I'm pretty sure that's pretty much it for skill building stuff, because I mean, it's a pretty small house. I feel that you can't really blame me, but I did have kind of a hard time when I initially started, because I had no idea, like, what color scheme to go with. I had no idea what to do with the floor plan, but I pretty much have it figured out at this point, and I actually really like how it turned out. Once I got that stuff figured out, it wasn't that hard. It seemed to come pretty quick after that point. And this took me, I don't know, probably only about like an hour and a half to do in total, and I'm glad that it didn't take me that long. You guys just saw that I actually hit the wrong button. I don't know what button it is actually. I know it's one of the function buttons, but I hit one of those, and that takes you to manage worlds, and I do that way too much when I'm building, honestly. It's bad, like, happens way too often. And yeah, so the layout of this house is really simple. So the room I just closed off down here ends up being the bathroom, and then I have the kitchen along the wall that's, like, closest to the road, and then, like, a couch and a TV mounted on the wall. And then upstairs is a loft area, so the living rooms, or the bedrooms up there, and then the little section above the bathroom ends up being like a study area, so I end up putting, like, one of the little desks and a bookcase. And then, like I said, the exterior, like the deck area, has it has a picnic table, a grill, an outdoor trash can, and a flower arranging table, and like 4 garden pots, I think. I don't know, I might have put more or less, I'm not 100% sure. And I was having a really hard time here deciding what fencing I wanted as well, because I wanted it to look modern, but I couldn't, like, I didn't like how it looked, and I really wanted to use the windows that I used, and I felt like if I used a glass fence it didn't work well. So I think in the end I just end up using half walls, and I feel like those look the best. And I've actually kind of been using a lot of half walls as fences lately anyway, and I feel like that just suits a lot of the builds I've been doing. Like, I used them recently in the house that I made for my Burstone Legacy Challenge as well. And actually, funny thing about that is they were brick on that one, and they are in this one as well, because the exterior ends up being like a really light pale blue color and like a darker gray brick, and I think it looks so good, and I really like it. Yeah. And then you guys will see that little balcony that's right above the entryway. That's not accessible. I do end up putting a little flower box there just to kind of, I don't know, I just felt like it looked cute. And I just put a window there because I feel like if I put a door out to there, there's like no point. Like your Sims wouldn't be able to do anything there. Like they might be able to sit, and even then, like the routing can be really messy sometimes. So I feel like even if I were to put a chair out there, it wouldn't work anyway. So that's why I just kind of closed it off and put a window out there instead, and a flower box, because I was like, I don't really think that this would work well. So that's why I ended up doing that. And yeah, like I said, this is very blue on the exterior and interior. I don't know, I just felt like it worked really well, and I really like the color scheme of it. I feel like the dark brick works so well with the like pale blue color, and I was really happy about it. Though I had trouble figuring out what I wanted to use at first, but it worked out well in the end. That's something I always seem to have trouble with modern homes anyway, though, is like trying to figure out what to put on the exterior, because I feel like it's really just hard, for me at least, to know what to put on the exterior of modern homes, because like I feel like you can't really put like regular siding. Like I feel like it has to be like metal siding, or like, you know, I don't know. I feel like it has to be like metal siding, or it has to be flat, or you have to have like brick. And this one does have brick, so I guess what I said makes sense. And here I am trying to put stuff here, and I didn't like how it turned out, so I just end up ditching that for the moment, I believe, and ended up putting the flower boxes in later, because yeah, I don't know. So I've been having this kind of predicament since I watched an episode of Riverdale last night. There is an episode that deals with, I'm trying to keep this as like spoiler free as possible. There is an episode that deals with, well, I mean, okay, so if you guys have seen season 2, you know that season 2 there's like mild like drug references and etc. in season 2, but there is something very intense in the world of drugs in season 3, in episode 1, season 3 specifically, and I feel that it needs a trigger warning. So, because it, legitimately, it messed me up, is all I'm gonna say. And I feel like it needs a trigger warning, and so I tweeted at the CW, I tweeted at Netflix, I tweeted at the Riverdale specific Twitter, and I slid into Netflix's DMs about it, because it, like, just thinking about it, like, has me choking up, because it's just, like, it's really intense, and I don't want people to, have to go into a whirlwind in their own mind like I did when I saw it, because it's heavy, and I know Riverdale has some younger viewers, and, it could be presented as, oh yeah, we have this to scare the kids so they don't do this, but, like, it's probably gonna scare them to an extent where they, like, have a nightmare about it or something. Like, it's not good. Like, I watched it pretty much right before bed, and I couldn't sleep. Like, it's just, I don't understand why some things they'll put, like, a warning on, and then others they won't. Like, and I referenced 13 Reasons Why when I DM'd Netflix, because I was like, hey, like, you put a lot of trigger warnings on this, so, like, I get they're two different topics, but they both deserve to have a trigger warning, so, like, that'd be really cool if you could, like, this is the season, this is the episode, because it's not great, and I don't know, it just wasn't a good time, and yeah, I couldn't sleep, like I said. But you know, I'm gonna stop talking about that and attempt to get back to the build. So we're working on the upstairs now, and this house is like relatively minimalistic, I think. I had a hard time kind of figuring out not necessarily the layout of this, but like what to use to fill space. Because like I had like a few awkward corners and I just like couldn't really figure out what to put there, but I ended up figuring it out in the end. So like where the bookcase is now, I end up like blocking that off because that was just like too awkward. I couldn't find anything to go there. So yeah, and now we're into the footage from today, because I did this like, I don't know, I started it probably like a week ago, and then I was just like, yeah, no, I'm gonna finish this now, because I'm kind of on a roll recording, apparently. I'm not complaining, but it's just kind of odd to me, actually, because I've been dealing with like creative block and like a lot of other things, so being on a roll is actually nice for once. And pre-recording, I don't know, I wouldn't say this is pre-recording. Actually, it kind of is. This isn't going up until a week from when I'm recording this. I don't know, but yeah, I'm on a roll with recording apparently, and I'm happy about it. And today the people next door aren't doing construction, so I actually like have time to record, and without being interrupted by loud noises. And you guys saw me just put down some cat stuff, and I actually ended up getting rid of it because I was like, I feel like you wouldn't want to have to deal with a litter box in this house. And I was going to add dog stuff, and then I was just like, no, like I'm just going to leave it and make it just for like a human or humans, like one or two. I figure it's probably only one, but I mean, you do you, like you do your gameplay if you want. And if you play in this house, let me know. I want to see, because I don't even play in my own houses, so like seeing people play in them is fun. Hit me up on Twitter at PWYReal if you do end up playing in it. I just sneezed and now I sound all weird and like nasally and stuff, I feel. I mean, maybe not. I don't know, I just feel like I do. And we're about to jump into some landscaping, I believe. Or the outdoor area. I did this today and I can't remember. But yeah, I ended up putting a fan outside because that's something Little Simsy does, because it's a common thing down in Florida, I guess. So I decided to take that and put it in here, even though this house is in Newcrest, so I feel like it doesn't get hot except like in summer. But I felt like it was a cute little addition and it worked. So now I'm just putting like the details on the deck, and now we're going to move into landscaping, and it's pretty basic, just some of the trees, and I ended up using like the fern things along the house and some of the like little square flowers that go underneath to kind of make it look like layered, I guess. And I used one of the low-lying fences to outline all the trees as well. I don't know, it just looks, I like the simplicity of it, and I know I've been kind of heavy on landscaping lately, but I feel like little landscaping for modern houses makes sense. We are coming to the end of the video though, so if you guys want to download this, it's on the gallery under the hashtag KittyCatPWY, or my origin ID, which is KittyCatPWYarn, so feel free to go ahead and download it. Like I said, if you play in it, I want to see, but I'm gonna go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, hope you guys enjoy the house, play in the house if you wanna, let me see, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye! I hope you guys are having a perfect afternoon, evening, or whatever, wherever you are in your neck of the world. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to become a paw parent because I post new videos all the time. And I will see you all in the next video.